Hello everybody and welcome back to another chassis variant series with myself, Critical Rocket. We're on to the Hellbringers. Not as many Hellbringers as the previous mechs, there's only a few variants in MWO. Strangely, it's one of those mechs that they just didn't really come back to, for whatever reason. So basically it's the Clan Warhammer. It's even built from the Warhammer chassis, which is why it has some striking similarities to it, sort of visually, and also in its prime build with the dual PPCs, the SRM6, which is a streak instead of a normal one, and machine guns and lasers. But we're looking at the variants, as one of my other videos is the prime anyway. So the alpha version is a bit of a kitchen sink mech. Primarily it's supposed to be long range combat. Specifically it has an LRM-20, 2 ER large lasers and an Ultra AC-5 for long range combat. And close range, it's got a couple of machine guns and a single ER medium for taking on targets that get a little too close to it, though obviously that doesn't mean that the large lasers and the UAC aren't very good. So it's got a bit of everything, and even carries a NARC beacon, and it has an active probe, so it's sort of an all-rounder. Whatever you throw in there, it's got something for the job. So right off the bat, for me personally, I'm not a big fan of mechs that just have that wide a spread of weapon groups. One, it's a bit of a pain in the arse to put them all together and use them effectively. Two, it creates heat problems. Three, there's ammunition problems, because you've got so many diverse weapon systems you've got to worry about. You know, you've got to carry ammunition for your missiles, your NARC beacons, your Ultra AC, and your machine guns, and that's a lot of tonnage being used up. And to be honest, this is one I probably wouldn't recommend ever running stock. It is quite difficult to run stock, but I would definitely recommend it as a great base to customize from. All the Hellbringers do have a fair smattering of energy and such, but this one is quite good because it's got triple energy, triple ballistics, and 2 missile hardpoints. It's also the only version out that you don't have to pay any mech credits for that comes with a head energy hardpoint. So it has a head-mounted weapon, which very few mechs generally do. Head-mounted weapons don't usually come in many variants, even in the inner sphere. So this one is quite good, especially with the clan one, because I believe, if I remember correctly, that the slot size, you might be able to fit. Is it ER large in there? Clan ER large? I can't remember now off the top of my head. Clan stuff is always stuff I get a bit mixed up, but still, it's an interesting part. There's like the actual head omnipod comes with a weapon, so if you're picking up omnipods, you want to get as many weapons in there as possible in your Hellbringer, always pick up the A1. Outside of that, the ballistics hardpoints is, I believe it's the highest number outside of it might be the champion variants, or possibly the hero. Have a quick look. Oh no, it has the most ballistics hardpoints. Only 3, but it's still more than any of the other Hellbringer variants, and they're mounted in the right arm, but 2 of them are in the right torso with a missile hardpoint. So yeah, it's definitely one to look out for the omnipods, and it's a pretty damn good mech for, well, pretty much any other reason that you want to pick it up. Right, so this match, this one was a good one, right? So this one featured a player called Ideal Suspect, and I know it might not be au fait to call people out, but this was somebody who, even the chat you'll see in a bit, basically tell him to salt off, to quote. He was on while I was filming it, and man, he was weird and extremely salty, either against his own team or against he was a sore winner. He would, he's the type of little arrogant, cocky prick who will say like, "Ty for stopping your attack," and stuff like that. You just, what the fuck? So he likes to rub it in, and then when he loses, he gets pissy with his team. He's one of those types. So I love this match because he was on the team that got stomped this time, and he was not happy. He was clearly having a go at people of his team, and someone from the team I was on was telling him to piss off. So if you see the guy, just be aware that he might turn up and he might start being a bit of a dick to people. That's all I'm saying. I know that it might not be very fair to call out specific people, but it's, you know, we don't need players like this in the game, you know. So just be aware, if he says anything, take him with a grain of salt. He's honestly not worth your time. He's not worth bothering with, because he's either there trying to troll people to get a reaction, or he's just one of those people who just can't help themselves but, you know, act the dick because internet reasons. So outside of that though, this was a good match. Quite enjoyed it. The mech is a bit of a jumble, but with good customization I think you can come up with something that's quite good. And that was that. So thanks for watching everybody. Hope you have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.